Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called What Are Their Secret Thoughts About You? And we're going to be doing initials at the end of each pile. So do stick around to the end of each reading in order to validate your reading. There are 3 piles to choose from, and you can find the link to the description in the description box below to each pile. Pile number 1 is represented by the grapes. Pile number 2 is represented by the cherries, and pile number 3 is represented by the bananas. So go ahead and take a deep cleansing breath. Focus into your third eye. What are you feeling today? Are you feeling the grapes, the cherries, or the bananas? We're going to go ahead and start with pile number 1. And for those of you that are wanting personal readings, you can find instructions in the description instructions in the description box below for how to book one. And if you're also wanting a natal chart reading, there is a link in the description box below for that. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. I'm going to start by ringing the bell. And let us begin. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the grapes, and today's reading is called What Are Their Secret Thoughts About You? We'll be doing initials at the end of the reading, so do stick around for that in order to verify your reading. And let's go ahead and find out this person's secret thoughts about my pile number 1s. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day. We're at the beginning of December. It's hard to believe. Only a month left in this year. Let's get it. Pile number 1. Find out what are their secret thoughts regarding pile number 1. What is this person's? What are their secret thoughts regarding pile number 1, please? Okay, pile number 1. Let's do it. And, ooh, the Magician on the bottom of the deck. All right. Pile number 1, let's begin with the Oracle cards, and then we'll look at your tarot messages. We have the Forest. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords, okay? So I'm already getting a feeling, pile number 1, that you are very innocent. There's an innocence to you. There's like a very innocent, clean energy, clean beauty about you, but you're also very deep and complicated, and not everybody knows exactly what's going on with you on a deeper level. I feel pile number 1, and yeah, I think you are a very, some of you may actually come across as a little bit innocent in a way, but there is maybe this darker side to you, especially sexually, that comes out sometimes. Pile number 1, and this person really wanting to bring that out of you or take control in that type of a way. So let's see here. Ooh, we have a love nest, road trip or weekend fun, and a love nest. Okay, so this person wanting to, with the Forest too, spend some time away from others and kind of be on your own is also what I'm feeling here. We have here dirty talk, okay? Phone sex, dirty talk, and tell me. So that is interesting. I do feel like this person likes your voice a lot, pile number 1. They may find your voice to be sweet or innocent or a very sexy type of a voice, pile number 1. And this person's like, boy, I would like to get pile number 1 alone. I would like to get pile number 1 when they have plenty of free time, plenty of open time, plenty of free time, so that I can really take the time with them that I want and need, okay? And let's see here. We have cycles, change, and completion. And we have frozen and detached. Yeah, pile number 1, perhaps you guys are really done with people who are very very frozen, very detached, or you're done with people who are very cold is what I'm getting here. And perhaps you talk to this person about how you're done with that, or you've told yourself, like, I am done with that. With the Magician here, I'm starting a new cycle. I also feel like this person could want to travel with you or make plans with you or go somewhere with you too. And like, their secret thoughts about you are that they feel that in your past you've dealt with a lot of people who are very mean or cruel or not very caring or not very loving or just very like empty inside, or who don't really care about how you're feeling and how you're doing. And perhaps you talk to this person about this, pile number one, but this person does think that you're kind of over that energy, or you're giving off the, see that card just went flying there, that there is a cycle from your life where you're like, I don't want people like that in my life anymore. And I do feel like with the Six of Cups, this person thinks that you're a very sweet person and a very deep person, and that you really like live in the present moment, and you really try to appreciate people in the present moment. And perhaps also this person thinks that you have a really good memory, or that you have a really good memory when it comes to the people that you care about. Like, you don't forget their birthdays, you don't forget important dates coming up. Like, you're a very deep, caring person. The Six of Cups in the tarot, pile number one, represents the Sun in Scorpio. So you're a very deep, caring person, very dedicated, very loyal person. And I think you guys are kind of like sick of dealing with people who are very just cold and unaware, and possibly have a very, they don't want to get attached, and they have a very low emotional IQ. And I feel like you guys, like, this person secretly thinks that you have been around people like that, or they think that it's unfortunate that you've been around people like that. And they also feel that you're over it, that you're done with it, that you're sick of it, that you're tired of being the one who's always there or always caring when the other person isn't there for you. And again, I do feel like this person thinks that you're a very sweet person, pile number one, but you also have like a naughty side to you, or you also have a kinky side to you with this Knight of Swords here. And, this person may be into like pulling hair, spanking, stuff like that. Pile number one, I'm just going to tell you, like, and maybe this is something you have mentioned or something you want to talk to with about this person. And, this person hoping, and for those of you where the connection's at a little bit of a distance where you'd have to drive an hour or two or something like that, I do feel like this person is secretly hoping that you'll come see them. And, all the stuff on the phone is really like hot and sexy and all of that. Your pictures, what you're saying, everything, pile number one. But at the same time, I do feel like this person's like, I wish that you would come see me, or I wish that you would come spend some time with me. And so that is interesting. And, the forest can be a dark and dangerous place where Little Red Riding Hood goes skipping around in the forest, or the forest can be a very deep and dark and mysterious place that this person really wants to get to know you on a deeper level, or see some of those sides that you don't normally show people. I'm also seeing the number 3 here and the number 4 here, so I'm seeing 34. As I scry on this card here, pile number one, I'm seeing the number 34, so perhaps somebody is 34 in this connection. I am seeing the letter R and the letter A, and we will do initials at the end. And I'm also seeing the word yes, okay? And perhaps somebody is into camping or road trips or doing stuff like that with the forest here, or somebody's like really into kind of getting away from it all. And Yeah, that is interesting. 34, the number 34 really coming through, and the letter R. I'm also seeing the number 5 here. So perhaps some of you have, I'm seeing 45 and 34. Okay, so maybe there is a bit of an age difference in the connection, pile number one, or someone here has to do with that. But I'm also seeing the letter A and the letter X, and that's interesting. Okay. So maybe some of you have an X that starts with the letter A is also what I'm seeing here. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on here. And I do feel like this person has some like deep thoughts that they want to share with you. I also feel some of you are realizing like, I don't want these types of cold people in my life anymore that really like don't see me for who I am and don't appreciate what I bring to the table. Okay. And that is like your very soft and sensitive and sweet side of you, pile number one. And like I said, I do feel like this person likes that side of you and likes your sweetness and your softness and all of that, but they also feel like maybe there's a kinky side underneath that pile number one, and maybe that's something that they think about or they have thought about. It says here, blurt out your ideas or hold them back and see what doesn't happen. Okay, so I also feel like this person is wanting you to like come forward and tell them like specifically what you want them to do to you. Like, do you want to do like, I like this, or I want that, or I'm into this, or I'm into that. And there might be a little bit of like DNS, dominance and submission, pile number one, things like that. But perhaps I do feel like this person really wants to, they're like, tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what I feel like they think that you have these like desires within you that you want to try things or do things, but perhaps the person you were with in the past, like you couldn't really trust them, or you never got to that place of like deep trust, right? We talked about the Six of Cups with the Sun in Scorpio, and maybe you never really got to that space with people in the past. But I do feel like this person is like, I wish you would like, tell me what you want me to do, or tell me kind of how far we can go with this. And I do think that they think there's like this secret with the forest too, right? The forest can disguise a lot of things. There's like more to you than meets the eye when you kind of like really go deep into it. Okay. And, the forest is also where we find like nature in its wildest, rawest form. And so I don't know why I'm getting something else, pile number 1, 2, which I probably shouldn't say, but I'm going to leave it at that. You guys are like, say it. But I also feel like this person's like, to you too, is like, I want to know what your secret thoughts are. I want you to tell me what they are. And I bet they're kind of naughty, like wink, wink, wink is kind of what, is kind of what I also feel like they think that you're like this really sweet, nice person, but there's also this like really like dark seduction energy towards that you have, pile number 1, where it's like very seductive, charming energy, but perhaps because you were with people in the past that rejected you or didn't like see these things about you or didn't understand what you wanted and needed, you weren't able to express that with people in the past. And I do feel like this person's like, they're like, thinking that you have all these things underneath you that you kind of need to get out. Ooh, we have here Mars, Uranus. Okay. And they feel like you need like something exciting to come into your life and kind of like knock you off your feet, or you need something in your life that like you need somebody in your life who's going to come and like take charge, or be very open about what they want or need. And yeah, and Mars is a planet of sexuality, and Uranus is a planet of unconventional things, unconventional ideas, unconventional like ways of doing things. And so I feel like this person is like basically saying underneath it all, I know there's like a freak hiding underneath it all. Underneath the surface, pile number one. Is that true? Is that true for you? Because this person is saying that they feel like underneath it, there's like this wild person that wants to kind of go out of the box or do something different or do something unconventional. And there's secret thoughts about you, or that you really get their pulse racing and you really get their blood pressure up. I feel pile number one with this Mars Uranus energy. And I also feel like they're saying like you just need somebody to kind of bring that out of you, like somebody who has all the tricks up their sleeve, right? The magician. And I feel like this person's like, I could bring that out of you, or you could bring that energy out of me. And surprisingly, I feel like the interaction with you, because with this forest, I feel like they didn't really know kind of maybe what they were getting into when they started talking to you or when they met you. And like, come to find out, you're just like, you have this side of you when you're really opening up to someone that's like a little energizer bunny or a little ball of energy that likes to really like maybe even sometimes shock or surprise people with your ideas or the things that come out of your mouth once once it kind of goes to that level. And Mars Uranus is like taking somebody by surprise. And the talk, like the dirty talk or the tell me energy between you two is really on fire. And has been like, I do feel like the actions or the energy has really like shifted in a surprising way that this person maybe wasn't fully expecting at first or didn't really know, but come to find out, there it is. Okay. And we have withdraw here. So this is interesting because with such explosive energy may also come like moments of, withdrawing or needing time or space apart. And perhaps sometimes when things really get ramped up with Mars Uranus, or things get really really exciting or really ramped up in the conversation, perhaps sometimes you guys withdraw a little bit, or maybe you go missing a little bit, or maybe this person feels that your energy kind of like backs off a little bit after things get really intense. Then you kind of like withdraw from the picture a little bit. And I feel like this person's like, well, why are you withdrawing? Or why are you withdrawing from me? But Mars Uranus energy is very intense, right? And to go from like intense dirty talking, all this kind of stuff, to kind of like withdrawing and then jumping back in and then withdrawing is kind of like erratic energy. So maybe there is some erratic energy in your love life, pile number one, that you guys are kind of wanting to put a stop to, or you're wanting to stop dealing with these cycles where either a person's withdrawing from you or you're withdrawing from them, because that can get very confusing and it can get old. And, sometimes when we're on like a crazy roller coaster ride with somebody, Mars, Uranus, and then the highs are highs and the lows are lows. Do you know what I'm saying? And I do feel like this person sometimes thinks that the closer that you two get, or the more that you two kind of come together, or the more like the closer physically that you two get to each other, the more sometimes that you guys have a way of withdrawing. And I do feel like this person wonders, pile number one, if you're over your ex or if you're completely done with that. possibly because of the way you withdraw sometimes, or possibly because of the way that you sometimes, like, it's really, really heightened and then it like sinks back into, and maybe sometimes you kind of disappear a little bit, pile number one, or maybe sometimes this person disappears sometimes. But there's this need here to blurt out your ideas. And I feel like this person is saying, I wish you would just be like, with this Knight of Swords, I wish you would just be like really raw and honest with me. Like, be really, really raw and honest. And I do feel like this person maybe thinks that sometimes you hold back from saying what you really want to say, or from doing what you really want to do. And that could be like verbally, or that could also be on like a physical level as well too. And I do feel like this person really enjoys it when you share your excitement and your energy with them. But I also feel like they sometimes question things, because other times it seems like when things get kind of intense, maybe you have a tendency to withdraw. Okay, pile number one. So that is what I am seeing. But I also feel like with Mars Uranus, they think that you would be like a really hot, trying not to use naughty words here, but they think you would be a really hot person to share a love nest with. Okay, pile number one. And they want to hear what you have to say about that. But maybe when they bring up the topic or something, you guys withdraw a little bit, or you're less likely to kind of say something. But let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we have the Four of Pentacles, holding back. Like, why are you holding back, or what's going on? We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. And what's interesting, because the Knight and the Queen of Cups are very... Here's something that I am getting about a situation where somebody, like, it's like two ships passing in the night, pile number one. And I do feel like this person wants to know how you feel, and I feel like they want to seduce you, and they want you to talk more and open up to them. But I kind of feel like when you're in the mood to open up or talk, maybe this person is closed off, or maybe they're closed off in the moment. It's kind of like two ships passing in the night, I feel a little bit here. And I do think with the Forest, this person could be a little bit confused about how you feel. But I feel like you guys just want to... Like, the thing with you guys is you just don't want to waste your time, okay? With the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, all right? And, you know, like I said, you guys are very soft, gentle, emotional, sweet, caring, and you do your best to be responsible to other people, is what I feel too. Pile number one with this Three of Pentacles here. But the problem is that oftentimes I feel like people haven't met you in that responsibility. And by the time they're ready to do that, it's too late, or you're no longer open to the option. And so perhaps some of these cycles are something that you guys are really thinking about and really working on right now. And actually, I feel like one of their secret thoughts to you is that we are actually a lot alike. With the Knight of Cups and Queen of Cups, I feel like this person is saying, you and I are actually a lot of like. We've both had people let us down in the past. Both of us do have sides that are very like sensitive and emotional. And like, we both kind of... I feel like one of their secret thoughts is that we're actually very similar people. The timing has just been a bit off, or the timing has been difficult or challenging, okay? And I feel like you're a person, pile number one, that puts a lot of effort and loyalty and commitment with the Three of Pentacles and Four of Pentacles into the things that you love, okay? And I do feel like this person sees this about you, pile number one. I really do, about how you do put a lot of love and loyalty and commitment into the things that you do. And I do feel like with the Knight of Cups, this person is like wanting you to kind of like express yourself with them or go deeper with them. And the Queen of Cups in the tarot is Cancer, and the Knight of Cups in the tarot, blah, blah, if I can talk tarot, is Scorpio. So perhaps we have a couple of sensitive water signs here. I also feel with the Knight of Swords and Frozen and Detached, perhaps some of you are very sensitive and caring, but you've been in the past with some air signs that are perhaps like not as emotional or a little bit colder, not to be mean to the air signs, but there could be something going on with that. And particularly with the Knight of Swords with an Aquarius, pile number one, okay? And I feel like the biggest thing you want is to meet somebody who knows how to meet you, like knows how to meet you halfway and knows how to like be on the same page with you emotionally and have that level of emotional vulnerability. And I do feel like this person thinks that you are someone that they could share that type of an emotional ability, availability and vulnerability with each other, okay? But also I can see why people withdraw when they get like a little bit scared or when they feel like they're getting in too deep, right? Because these are two water cards, and water is like that. Water is going to seek like the lowest ground for safety and stability. And so, yeah, so I can see that. And with the Three of Pentacles, it is about, you know, groundedness. But I also feel like the Four of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles could be like very traditional or very businesslike or very like just very traditional. I feel like the Four of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles, okay? And I feel like this person is saying underneath this like caring, traditional, maybe exterior that you have, they're like, I know there is like a wild individual underneath there who really wants to like let loose and let it roll and let it go. Okay, pile number one. So that is what I am seeing here. And I know Mars Uranus is really exciting, but it also can be a little bit scary. And that's sometimes why people have a tendency to withdraw. But I do feel like this person is saying, like, they feel you're a person. Their secret thought is they feel that you're a person that is very well loved or very well respected or cared about with the people around you and in your life, but they wish you would kind of like open up to them on a deeper level, okay? Those are some of the secret thoughts that I'm getting that this person has for you, pile number one, okay? The Magician is like, tell me everything, baby. Tell me it all. So let's go ahead and see here for pile number one. It's like underneath that nice girl or nice boy act, I know there's like, you know, a naughty person lurking underneath there. So let's go ahead. But it's not just an act, pile number one. I know that you are, it seems like this person has read you right in the fact that you are very loyal, emotional, caring, deep, all of those things, okay? But maybe you have been a little bit bored lately. You are looking for a little spice, I feel. So let's go ahead and get some initials here for pile number one. And if anyone could have a love nest, that would be the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, right? Having a little love nest together. We have the letter M, okay? Oh boy, mom, M-O-M, okay? Mom. So somebody in this connection could also be a mother who puts a lot of energy into their family, their work, and or maybe you want to be a mother, pile number one. I do feel like this person thinks that you must be a very good mother, okay, and a very caring mother, or that you would be somebody like that. We have a Y here, okay. We have a V, okay. M-O-Y-V is what we're seeing here. Yo, mom. Anyway, yo, mama, right? Pile number one. But let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see. Some of you may have a very good memory too, because the Queen of Cups is associated with the moon, and the moon does have to do with memory. If we get an M or an N, moon will be here, so that would be interesting. Ooh, we have booby, B-O-O-B-Y, Bobby or booby, or pile number one. Are you like, I got mom boobs, Natalie? You know what? If you do, who cares, right? And be you. We have mommy, and then we have boy. So somebody here could be a mama's boy, or be really into moms or something, or Mel's pile number one. What is going on here? Okay, we have mommy, and then we have boy. Mommy's boy. Maybe some of you actually have a son, or maybe this person is just really into those naughty mommies. What's going on, pile number one? What is going on? We have a Q, okay? BBQ, invite me to the barbecue, invite me to the mesquite barbecue. We have the W, wow, okay? Mommy, wow. Let's see what else. We've got a C here, a C, coy, playing it coy. All right, somebody's playing it coy around here. What's going on? We have an L there. Okay, and I'm gonna get 3 more letters for you here. Pile number one. Also, if we had an A, we'd have the word lamb, right? Like lambs are very innocent, or somebody acting kind of innocent but actually is naughty is kind of what I am feeling here. Oh my gosh, C-O-W, cowbell. We need more cowbell. Needs more cowbell, pile number one anyway. Cowbell. Let's see what else here. Also, for those of you that are like, man, I got a mom body, or my body is like showing that I've had kids. Don't worry about it, pile number one. You got it going on. I feel like this person thinks you got it going on. So if you feel that way, don't worry about it, okay? We have an R here, okay? Room. And I feel like we have rock or Rocky as a name here. We have, yep, there's the K, just as I was saying it, R-O-C-K, rock or Rocky. And I used to have a friend back in the day who had a dog named Rocky, who was like super cute. But anyway, that's funny. We have rock or Rocky, okay? We also have cocky, okay? C-O-C-K-Y. And the Knight of Swords can be kind of cocky, and maybe you guys dealt with somebody like that, okay? And that's interesting. Or maybe you were in like a rocky couple or a rocky relationship with someone, and you're like, I just don't want to be in those high, low, lows kind of connections anymore. And I don't blame you, pile number one. There's a Z right there, okay? Why do I also feel like a Kawasaki is here? Maybe somebody has a motorcycle, or a Kawasaki is also what I am seeing. And it's funny because I'm getting like a Polish name here, or somebody who has a last name that starts with a P or an R that's a Polish name. Okay, so I'm also seeing the name Lori here, okay? And Lock, L-O-C-K. And yeah, that is interesting. B-O-M-B. I also feel like bombshell is here too. Okay, and Roy. Okay, Roy, the name Roy is here. Corey, C-O-R-Y. Corey is here. Okay, and I also feel like liquor, or somebody who likes to take like Jaeger bombs. You know, you guys know Jaeger bombs is like a form of a shot or liquor. Maybe somebody likes that. Okay, because I am seeing that too. And then we have the letter H here, the letter H. And home, right? Home. Like, where does it feel like home? And perhaps some of you have your moms are coming through in this reading, pile number one, or someone's mom is coming through. And mommy or mom or someone's mother is definitely coming through in this reading. So I find that very interesting as well. Yeah, so pile number one. That is what I am getting for you, my loves. I hope that that reading resonated for you. And do let me know in the comments if you felt that that reading resonated, or if you have any comments or feedback for me. If this does resonate with your situation, I would love to hear from you. And as always, I do read all the comments. So thank you so much, pile number one. And I wish you many blessings, my friends. We are going to move on to pile number two. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's do it. Okay. Let us go. Okay. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the Cherries, and today's reading is called, What Are Their Secret Thoughts About You? Pile number two, we are going to go ahead and dive into the energy, and we'll be doing initials at the end of the reading here, pile number two. So let's get ready to rumble, as we say. I just want to make sure those cards didn't get flipped, but let's go ahead and take a gander, shall we, pile number two? Let's find out what their secret thoughts are about you. So let's go ahead and see for my pile number one, or pile number twos, please. For pile number twos, show me this person's secret thoughts for my pile number twos. Okay. I'm getting the color orange, so maybe somebody is wearing orange, or that's your favorite color, or you have an orange towel or some type of an orange thing around you. But let's go ahead and get into it for pile number two. Okay. We're going to go with 4 cards today, and the 9 of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck, pile number two. So that's a really good, strong sign right there. Let's go ahead and begin. Somebody who's very organized, disciplined, beautiful, smells good, looks good, has awesome hygiene. I feel like pile number two, is that you? Do you have amazing hygiene? Do you always smell good? Do you always have that going on? And I just heard kissing you is like a dream, or would be like a dream, pile number two. And perhaps like breath or fresh breath is a very important thing to you. I mean, it should be to everybody, in my opinion, but I'm also getting somebody who works for a dentist, or works at a dentist office, or somebody who has really nice teeth or beautiful teeth. But let's go ahead and begin. We have the Dead End. We have the Page of Swords. Okay. And we have the King of Swords. So there's 2 people popping up in this reading, pile number two. What's going on? You're like, yeah, there is 2 people I've been talking to, and they're both dead ends, and I'm pissed. If that's the case, pile number two, welcome to your reading. But let's go ahead and see. We have 24 hours all the time. Perhaps you guys like it or want it or need it 24 hours all the time. And my favorite number of all time, 711, is on this card. So that's interesting. And I do feel like perhaps there's a dead end in a conversation, or there's been a lull in a conversation. But I mean, I do feel you guys have a very healthy sex drive, pile number two, or you are a very curious person, and you could be a person that likes it or wants it, or likes that attention all the time. But I also feel like maybe you guys are questioning, like, do I even turn this person on? Because it seems like they're just in their head all the time, and they're not really present with me when we're doing things. And maybe that's why you guys are like, yeah, I want to know this person's secret thoughts towards me, because like they just aren't giving me any clues, and they're not really telling me like what's going on. Okay. And so that is very interesting. And perhaps it went from this person like worshiping your ass, pile number 2, or really wanting to talk to you or really flirting with you a lot. And it just went from them being that to them being closed off, or to them being like, geez, do I not even like excite you? Do you not even like me? And so, there is something about this connection where maybe both of you are wondering, like, is this the end of this? Is this the end of this connection? We have Victoria's Secrets and see-through lingerie. So, you guys have done everything right. Like, I feel like the reason why the dead end is here is it's like you've done everything right. You've been as sexy as you can be. You're fresh. You're looking good. You're, amazing hygiene. Like, of course, hygiene is important, right? Like, I don't have to tell you guys that. But, like, there's nothing wrong with you. And certainly, I feel that you guys have done literally, like, you've really brought your A game to this situation, pile number 2, okay? And, yeah, so it's kind of like, what is going on? Because perhaps there was, like, this curiosity, Page of Swords, King of Swords between you two, but it's like the conversation has kind of come to a dead end. Or for those of you that are like physically engaged with this person already, perhaps like the sexual energy has kind of fallen flat, if you know what I mean. And it's like, yeah, I really want to know what this person thinks about me, because like, I feel like I brought my A game here, like looking good, smelling good, like, all of that. Okay, we have lack and doubts. And, the thing about this person, pile number 2, is they get in their head a lot. They really, really get in their head a lot. And a lot of times they feel like shit about themselves, or they feel doubtful about themselves. And they may not show it, like, they may not show this outwardly, but inwardly, this person is having their own internal doubts about this connection. They may also have internal doubts about themselves, okay? And I do feel like this person is an overthinker, and I do feel like their habit of overthinking and overanalyzing things really does put a huge damper on their connection. Like, you could show up being like, Page of Wands, great conversationalist, fun, flirty, like, like you want it all the time, or you're like really sexy and into it, and you look good, and you're looking your best, and you're fun and flirty and all of that. But yet, I feel like this person, their own insecurities get in the way of them having a good connection with someone, okay? And so I just want you to know, pile number 2, that I feel like this person's secret thoughts about you are that you're very sexy, you're very beautiful, and, I feel like with this dead end in Page of Swords, I feel like they thought that you would probably reject them, or you probably wouldn't go for them. But then when you did, it was like very surprising to them. And so I also feel like this person could be questioning like their ability to satisfy you, or to make you feel good, or they could be really in their head about that. okay? And I mean, I feel like with all this kind of stuff, like you guys were having, or you're wanting to have a good time, or you're like, yeah, well, this person talked a big game or something, or there was a lot of flirting between us, but then it just came to a big dead end, okay? And I do feel like this person is very in their head to the point where it may even be hard for them to quote unquote get there, if you know what I mean, pile number 2, okay? And maybe you guys are like, well, what am I doing wrong? Or is this on me? And it's like, no, I feel like you're doing everything you can essentially to stimulate this person and kind of keep up your end of the bargain here. But I do feel like it's their insecurities, pile number 2, that are like getting in the way of things. And so I can see why you came to this reading, because it's like, I want to know, because I feel like they're have so many things to say, King of Swords, but they're not sharing anything with me. And I don't know. And I just feel like I'm at a dead end with this person. So I get it. We have online dating and lack and doubts. Okay. So for those of you that, I do feel like this person is having a lot of doubts about online dating in general, or perhaps they have a bad opinion of online dating, or they think that it's, you know, like a lot of people sometimes, and I know I did online dating for many years. In fact, I was one of the OGs of online dating back in the early 2000s, for sure. Pile number 2. I did online dating for more than 20 years, I would say. But it gets brutal out there. It gets tiring out there. And I do feel like this person is feeling kind of down about dating in general, or kind of down about the process of finding love in general in like today's modern age. And so it always kind of like peters out, is kind of what I'm feeling here. And I feel like this person unfairly has doubts about people that they meet during the online dating process. But the crazy thing is that they're online dating too. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a little hypocritical if they have doubts about a person that they're meeting for online dating, but they're there doing the same thing. Like, that doesn't really make sense. It's very hypocritical. And so, but I also feel like a lot of this, like judging and stuff like that, pile number 2, is coming from this person's own like shitty history with online dating, or, you know, shitty dating history in general, and, you know, this kind of stuff. Also, somebody could be wondering if their ex is also doing online dating, okay? And maybe this person has wondered like if their ex is online dating as well, okay? But there's a lot of people that find love with online dating, and there's no like whatever. There's no shame in the game. Like, it's just another way to meet people. But yeah, so anyway, pile number 2, we've got ask your this came up yesterday in the reading that I did yesterday called Is It Harmless Flirting or Not? But it says, ask yourself if it will matter in 10 years from now. If it won't, don't sweat it. And this is where, like, I kind of have to say that it doesn't really matter kind of like what this person's secret thoughts are about you, because I feel like you guys upheld your share of the bargain and came in there sexy and looking good and wanting to engage and wanting to please the other person and wanting to take care of their needs and wanting your own needs take, you know, you guys brought it, I feel, pile number 2. But if you're torturing yourself over this situation, like, why this, why that, Page of Swords, King of Swords, asking yourself a ton of questions, marveling on the hypocrisy of other people, which, you know, sometimes is a perfectly fine thing to marvel upon, but but I also feel like it's like, you know, if things have really petered out, a lot of times there's no like crazy deep, reason for it. It's just that that person is hating the process of online dating. They're having lack and fear and insecurity about themselves. They feel like the connection isn't going to go anywhere, the dead end, like everything's a dead end. I do feel like this person is having an overly Saturnian attitude toward dating, or is just going into things expecting they're going to fail. And when you have that type of attitude and you can't get out of your own way and you can't get out of your own head, you could meet the most perfect person and it still wouldn't be, they still would have something to complain about. Do you know what I'm saying, pile number 2? And we have here sun and moon. Now, the funny thing about it is sun and moon is extremely complementary energy. It's like really understanding each other and actually being very compatible with one another, and actually having like a deeper attraction to one another. And the funny thing about it is that I do feel that, well, here's the thing, pile number 2. I feel like this person thinks that you get a lot of attention, the sun, that you get a lot of attention online, or that your photos or your pictures or something get a lot of attention. And this person, the moon, is in their feelings about that, okay? And, sometimes that can make people feel, also, I'm seeing a number 2 here. So perhaps this person feels like they're like a second choice to you, or somebody feels like a second choice here. I'm also seeing the letter B. I'm seeing the letter J here. We will get initials at the end. I'm seeing J-O, the letters J-O-S, could be Josh or Josie. I'm also seeing the letter S and E, S and E. Okay, and I am seeing double Gemini or 2 Geminis in the letter J. I'm also seeing Virgo here. Okay, and perhaps somebody lives in apartment number 2. I'm seeing 02. Okay, so I'm seeing 02 and 06 as well. And I'm also seeing like percentages. So maybe somebody works in that type of field, or works in some type of field where you use percentages, science, math, whatever. But also maybe somebody who's being a little too analytical about dating and about compatibility and about like match percentages online. I'm getting something about that as well. I'm also seeing the letter K. All right, pile number 2. So those are some things that I'm seeing. I'm also seeing somebody here who could be a junior, like they have the same name as their father, but they're junior, okay? So there's some things going on, and I feel that this person has had lack and insecurities kind of instilled into them, probably from their father, or their sense of self-worth hasn't been great. And the irony about the thing is that this person actually likes you. They actually noticed you for a reason, and they are also attracted to you. And the funny thing about it is that when things are going nicely, there is a nice synergy between you and this person. And it feels very natural, right? And that's the thing, is I feel like, you and this person are looking for something where it feels very natural. Now, pile number 2, if you really like poured on the like looking perfect, looking like amazing and perfect and wonderful and wanting it. And I think that is all like, the 9 of Pentacles represents Venus and Virgo, which is very much like an energy of perfection, physical beauty and perfection. And perhaps this person is a little intimidated by that, pile number 2, or they're looking for something that feels a little bit more natural, and I feel you guys are just a person who wants to put your best foot forward, but perhaps you've been giving too much to some of these connections, or maybe you have been sharing like your perfection energy of what you're doing and how you look and how you're all put together with people who are very intimidated by that and therefore don't think it's natural, if you know what I mean, pile number two. And, certainly a lot of people are turned off by the superficiality of online dating, and I get that. But at the same time, I don't feel that you're a superficial person at all. I feel you just want to bring your A game to things because you're trying to take things seriously. Okay, it's almost like this person has penalized you for being too with it or too perfect or too together on something. And that's just dumb, right? But people who are insecure, they want to see a lot of flaws in the other person because it makes them feel better about themselves, okay? So that, and sometimes people like that like to make up a flaw where there actually is no flaw, okay? So pile number two, if you found yourself in this kind of situation and you feel like, your ego took a hit or you feel bad about it or you feel like, damn, is something wrong with me? No, you're fine. The only thing I would say, pile number two, is maybe don't put so much energy into these situations up front. You know what I mean? Maybe really try to like moderate that energy or dial back on that energy. I mean, for God's sakes, right? We want to meet people that have appropriate hygiene and brush their teeth and look nice and all of that. But maybe you are giving a lot of energy to this process, and maybe it's okay to back it up a little bit, not because you're intimidating losers who don't deserve you, but because maybe it feels like upsetting to you because it's like, well, I put all of this, right? I put everything in and it's another fucking dead end, right? So maybe that's an opportunity to maybe dial it back a little bit, right? That's the only thing I would say. We have the pillar here, the pillar, okay? And you definitely, I feel like, represent something that is like very, like the example, right? Like the example of what like a nice person who's ready to date should look like and be. But I feel like this person is also like trying to connect with someone through their insecurities, which is also weird, which also kind of rubs off on other people that aren't super insecure, and then all of a sudden makes them start doubting themselves. Just remember, when we see the pillar, I would say just remember your core and remember who you are, right? And I kind of feel like one of this person's secret thoughts are like, pile number two isn't going anywhere. Like they want me and they're going to stick around, but I feel like this is a dead end. Okay. And if that's the situation that, like you're waiting for something to come up here or you're sticking around waiting for something, but there's a dead end of a situation going on, then it's time. And it's actually 111 in your reading right now, pile number two, which is pretty cool. But I also just feel like if you find that you're always the one there standing left alone, or you're always the one kind of hanging in there, and people are kind of dragging and pulling on your energy, I feel like it's an opportunity to back up and say, like, is this situation really going to matter 10 years from now? And if it isn't, then, like move on from it and treat yourself. Like, I also feel like pillar is kind of like trophy, so this person could also see you as like the pinnacle or like the trophy of kind of what they could get. But when you get like your pinnacle or your trophy, if you're just looking at something like that, then where do you go from there, right? It becomes kind of like a dead end. So I find that interesting, pile number two, but I also feel like we're kind of at the point of the reading where you're like, geez, Natalie, it wasn't even that deep. I just wanted to know, what this person was going on with them. But I actually feel that it comes back to this message, ask yourself if it will matter 10 years from now, and if it won't, because you're like, I don't want this smelly, dirty person anyway. Like, if that's how you're feeling at this point in the reading, pile number 2, I don't blame you. And if that's how, if they're like, well, if that's how they're going to do me, then I don't, I'm done. Like, why am I trying to impress this person, right? So if you come to that place in the reading, I don't blame you. And I feel like, yeah, ask yourself if it'll matter in 10 years. If it won't, then whatever, We have the 2 of Pentacles, okay? We have the 10 of Cups, and we have the Sun. Ooh, I love that. So beautiful and pretty. And of course, you are coming through as the Sun. Very confident, right? The Sun is very confident, pile number 2. And, yeah, I feel like you guys were saying, yeah, I'm just, wasting time until I find the right one, or I was just bored or something. Well, Page of Swords, King of Swords, I get what you're saying, but I also think sometimes inadvertently, like, shadows can kind of get through the cracks. And I feel like the Sun is all about like eliminating the shadows and kind of bringing things to light. And I do feel like you have a very bright, beautiful, fully conscious energy, okay? And I also feel like this person isn't like light enough or playful enough for you. And there is something about you that is, and maybe that's something you're working on bringing back into your field of consciousness, is being very light and playful and having fun and being around people who are very playful and fun, and where it's like very emotionally fulfilling. And I do feel that you're coming to a place in your life, pile number 2, where you are ready for some very, confident people who know how to fill their own cup and also have energy as well to kind of share with others. And I really don't feel that this person that you came here for this reading really like meets the qualifications for that type of a role in your life. And basically, like, if they came to a job interview to like be your boo or your significant other, and I was interviewing them, pile number 2, I'd be like, sorry, you don't get the job, right? And that's kind of how it goes with this person a little bit, I feel. I'm not getting that they're like a horrendous person or anything. They're just not up to the task, and they would need to make some serious, changes before that becomes their reality. And I really like it because the Sun and the Moon is also in between this 2 of Pentacles here, with this Ouroboros eating its tail. And, changes are happening on multiple levels for you, pile number 2, on both when it has to do with your emotions and when it also has to do with your confidence. But, focusing on like the brighter, positive side of life and going out with people that show a very confident, happy, light vibe to them, okay? Those are things that really create change and compatibility. Ooh, look at that. The 2 of Cups. Oh my goodness. Wow. You know what, pile number 2? I feel like if this person like drops off the face of the earth and doesn't talk to you anymore, isn't reaching out, I feel like they're really going to regret that, okay? I mean, because you are like a very open-hearted, fun-loving, confident, beautiful individual, and you're just looking for somebody who can hold that kind of energy with you and truly appreciate the things that you have to offer, okay? And, I'm not saying that it's the end of the end with this person. I mean, they could change. The 2 of Pentacles is the Lord of harmonious change. And I think if they focused on being lighter and happy and having fun and enjoying themselves and just getting to know someone without all the pretenses that they put on themselves and all the restrictions they put on themselves, I feel you two could actually get along and you guys could actually have fun together and enjoy each other's company. And the thing is I do feel that this person enjoys the lighthearted, fun, gregarious, like cool energy that you bring. I feel like the secret is out. Like they actually really do find the way that you approach life to be very like cool, lighthearted, fun, caring, open, like dynamic is another word that I'm getting here, pile number 2. But I also feel like this person puts a lot of limitations on their own selves, and that's just not a thing that you really need to entertain right now. Pile number 2, okay? And again, they could change, they could become better, and they could change, but at the same time, pile number 2, why waste all of this good energy that's happening in your life? And I honestly feel like keep yourself open to love, pile number 2, because you're really giving out some amazing vibes. And when you give out amazing vibes, a person has a way of attracting like people who desperately need help with their vibe. And maybe that, you know what I mean, pile number 2. And so maybe that's kind of what happened in this situation a little bit. But at the same time, I feel it will be so much more lighthearted and free flowing. The thing is I feel this person really feels that you're a person that could make them happy, or that you're a person who they could really enjoy being around, but for some reason they hold themselves back, you know. And the reason for that is they need to fix their pessimism and their, you know, lack of belief in themselves. Okay, pile number 2. So let's go ahead and get some initials here. Let's go ahead and get some initials, okay? Let's get some initials, and let's see here for pile number 2, okay? We have a G, we have a Y, okay? We have an E, we have a Q, and we have a P. Yep. You guys are like, yep. Anyway, let's see what else we have. Peggy Q. Okay, Peggy Sue or Peggy Q. Maybe some of you guys have a really cute style, like a 1950s like retro style, or you like to go dancing. Look at the 2 children dancing on the sun card. I mean, you guys are just a blast to be around. You're just a really awesome energy, pile number 2. So don't let yourself get, you know, all enamored in this particular energy, you know. Like you guys are a really fun energy, okay? You've got a lot of love and a lot of light to share with the world, and people should be like so lucky to kind of like be around you and kind of soak up your vibe. All right, we have an S. Okay, P.S. like this person, P.S. yes, the word yes is here, okay? C, okay, also say yes could be coming through. P.S. like this person has something they want to tell you, okay? And it's the way that you kind of like seep into this person's consciousness and kind of keep them guessing that they like. I do feel this person actually does like a lot of things about you, okay? Yeah, you, okay? There's the Y, there's the O, and, you know, here's the thing is, okay, the word posy is here, but I also feel like the word poser is there, so maybe this person was acting like, posing like they were something, that they were like this, that they were just like you, sun and moon, like that they were just like you, but this person was being a poser, and that's not really what they're like, okay? We're missing the R here, but I do feel like this person is like sorry. I actually kind of feel like they're kind of feeling sorry maybe for being a poser, okay? Pose, strike a pose, pile number 2, that's like the sun, okay? And maybe somebody with the 2 of Cups and the 10 of Cups is really into, like, the 2 of Cups is very much like photos. It's a Venus energy, so it is about striking a pose. Maybe somebody here is really good with the camera or really likes to capture beautiful moments that people are sharing with one another. Okay, we also have the word sloppy here. Yes, I was sloppy is what I feel like this person is saying. And lopsided, like lopsided energy is also what I'm getting here. And it's like this person kind of like spoiled what was going on a little bit. Okay. I mean, it's not too late. They could maybe turn it around, maybe pile number 2, but at the same time, like, you know, we're missing the I, or we'd have Soleil, which is another name for the sun, which is beautiful, right? Like, why let it steal away from your shine, please, right? You're not going to let that steal away from your shine, all right? And let's see, Poly, P-O-L-Y, maybe somebody is poly, all right? Or somebody has been poly in the past, because I do see P-O-L-Y here. And E-S-E-L-Y, Esley, I feel like is a name, or like an E name that ends in E-L-Y. Esley is a name that I'm seeing here. And loss or lose is here. Like this person feeling L-O-S-E, if we had an R, like this person feeling like a loser, like they're seeming like a loser or a poser, which isn't great, but we don't like to see that now, do we? And we have an I there. Yeah, Soleil is there. Gorgeous energy, pile number 2. And yeah, maybe somebody here a little pissed off, okay, about how things kind of went here. And let's get a couple more letters. I'm sure there's tons of names that I'm not even seeing in here, and you guys will put in the comments below. And if you want to do that, you can definitely go ahead and do that. But let's get 3 more letters to kind of close out the letters. Okay, we have a T, tipsy. Wow, somebody's a little lost, okay? Lost it. Tipsy, okay? Maybe somebody lost their erection because they were tipsy, because I am seeing that with this King of Swords here, okay? And we have geyser, okay? Maybe somebody is like a geyser, but they lost it because they were tipsy, okay? Maybe somebody was embarrassed here, pile number 2, feeling like they suck or they don't like where things went. And yeah, T-I-T-S, okay? Sloppy T-I-T-S. Oh boy, pile number 2, what is going on? What's going on with that? And okay. You know, sometimes when people are like sweating a lot, they talk about like pitting out, or like sweating out or pitting out. Maybe this person was like sweating a lot or like pitting out a lot. Anyway, and then they lost it. It's like, I lost it. And that's interesting. They lost something. He lost it. He lost it. Okay. And again, somebody just simply could have like had a little too much to drink and kind of lost the, you know, moment. Okay. I'm also feeling like I'm seeing the word holly, H-O-L-L-Y or H-O-L-L-I. Holly is here. Okay. Is it Holly is showing up here? Interesting. He's okay. There's so they, these, and they. All right. They lost it, or these people lost it. Polished. I feel like the word polished or posh. P-O-S-H. Posh. Right? Like somebody's posh or you're posh. Hot. Posh and hot. and lips, L-I-P-S, posh and hot lips, pile number 2. But yeah, we also have sloth here. So somebody just being very slow or lazy or this type of thing as well. We have, and finally to close the letters, we have an A. Okay, and that it happens, right? It happens. They lost it. It happens. And maybe this person thought that you were going to laugh at them or something as well. Pile number 2, about something, like you were going to laugh about it. And holla, Holla, and Sloan, or the name Sloan, is here too. And OH, Ohio, LA, Louisiana, or Los Angeles. Okay, I'm just seeing some states here. We have EST, Eastern Time. Okay, lots of names here. Taya, Thia, Thea. Okay. Tay could be short for Taylor. Okay. Yes, the name is Taylor is here. So interesting energy. Pile number 2. All right, my darlings. I am hips and lips and everything. Like, this person's talking about everything. You got everything going on. All right. You got it all going on, pile number 2. But I don't know. This person could be a little bit embarrassed about they got a little too tipsy and then they lost it. I'm also seeing that. So if you're like, that is true, definitely leave me a comment, pile number 2, and let me know how you're feeling and how it's going. And you know what's interesting is I do kind of think things could get better if like small adjustments and changes were made here, because this is a pretty nice lineup. But this person would have to make some changes in their attitude, I feel, okay, in the way that they're being. They're going to kind of have to get over themselves a little bit, okay? So pile number 2, that is what I am getting for you, my darlings, and I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback. Let's move on to pile number 3, okay. Let's go ahead. Okay. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the bananas, and today's reading is called What Are Their Secret Thoughts About You? So we are going to go ahead and get into it, my loves. Let's go ahead and do it. Do stick around till the end, because we will be doing initials at the end, and we'll get initials from the initial bag. So let's go ahead and find out this person's secret thoughts about pile number 3, please. What is this person? What are their secret thoughts about pile number 3? Okay. Show me their secret thoughts about pile number 3, please. There we go. Okay, my darlings. Let's go ahead. We've got the King of Wands. Ooh, spicy. Pile number 3. And let's go ahead, and I kind of feel like this King of Wands is like, do you like me? Because I like you. So let's go ahead and check in here. We're going to start with the Oracle cards. We've got the Storm. Ooh, okay. The Storm. And we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, a good storm. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Nice. Pile number 3. Oh, this came up the other day in a reading I had yesterday, but media room, cuddle, and movie night. Okay, media room, cuddle, and movie night. We have planning a date conversation. Okay, so this person's wanting to reach out, to ask you out, to plan something, to do something, to kind of seduce you or to get you alone is what I feel, pile number 3, okay? Receive and open. Yeah, they're wondering, are you are you open to my advances? Like, are you open to that? Because they're trying to plan something and they're excited about it. I feel King of Wands. We have time is slipping, now or never. Okay, so they're feeling the pressure. They're like, you know what? I got to take this opportunity to go ahead and make this happen. And maybe the timing isn't the best with this storm card here, but I also feel like this person is like, they're maybe, and it's interesting because I saw the High Priestess under this King of Wands, and maybe you guys have been kind of like, they want to know what's up with you, or you've been mysterious, or you've been making them wonder. Like, they want to know if they were to advance or make an advance, would you like accept that? Okay, or would you be open to that? And of course, the Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and maybe you're somebody that needs planning, or you need planning because your schedule needs to be cleared, or you're very busy, or you have many things going on. But I kind of feel like this person's like, fuck the plan. If I were to ask you right now, would you like come over, or would you go out with me, or would you, like, if I was to ask you like right now, would you, could you? Okay. And perhaps these roles are reversed as well, pile number 3, because I just got something about that. If you're the one that's kind of like trying to secure plans or trying to make something happen, and you're like, okay, I mean, my schedule's very busy, and to hang out, I kind of need to plan things. So like, maybe you guys are the ones that is, initiating something. But the King of Wands is like, I want to do it now. I don't want to wait for, I don't want to wait like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before I see you. Like, I'm trying to get something going now. Okay. And I'm trying to see, like, if I were to reach out, right? And the King of Wands is very forward, very straightforward, very all about making what they want to have happen. But the King of Wands can also be a little bit controlling, or a little bit wanting to do things on their terms right now. So pile number 3, are you that leaning more towards that type of person, or are you leaning more towards, I need to see like a plan. I need to see you like take action. My schedule's busy, and I'm not just going to interrupt everything in my life, right? Like, you have to, I'm not just going to go from A to Z here. Like, we do need to plan a date or go out on a date. And I do feel like with the Ace of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles, you are the type of person that this person thinks that you are the type of person that needs to be taken out on a date. But at the same time, I do feel like this person is maybe trying to get you home, or plan a night where you guys can be like at home cuddling. And of course, for the Northern Hemisphere, it's winter time here, and no better way to like keep warm and cozy and do some cuddling, right? But I also feel like this person wonders, like, what would it be like to go out with you? What would it be like to cuddle with you? Do you have the ability to, like, if I was to just call you, receive and open, if I was just to call you out of the blue, right? The storm, like, just call you out of the blue with like no planning, would you come over and cuddle with me, or would you come over and like spend the night with me, is kind of what I also feel is going on here. So there's a lot of logistics going on in this reading, pile number 3 so far, with this person versus like doing things right now in the moment. And this person may be wondering, like, if I was to reach out to you like in the moment, would you kind of go for it? But pile number 3, I feel like they kind of know underneath that the answer would be no, with this High Priestess here, that you're more of a person that is like, you're not just trying to like jump in. I feel you guys are more trying to start something out on the right foot with the Ace of Pentacles with somebody, and not like plan something but not like crazily rush into something. But the King of Wands is pretty insistent on like, let's do this now, let's get after it now. And yeah, we have here, you should be so proud of how far you fucking come, pile number 3. You should be so proud of how far you fucking come. And I feel like that is because you're not just like doing things on a whim, or you're not just like jumping into things without thinking about them, because you've done that before and you know how it goes and how it works. And I kind of feel like this person thinks like their secret thoughts are that they could maybe convince you, or they could maybe get you to kind of come over, and like with the right charm or with the right whatever, you would kind of do it. But I also feel like you guys are setting the tone, and you're like, no, like this needs to be planned out. And so you should be so proud of how far you've come, pile number 3, as far as, you know, being mature and being responsible. And you know that it's important, like how a relationship starts, and relationships that start off very chaotically often end very chaotically. And you know, some people like a little bit of chaos, or they like a little bit of things like that. But anyway, pile number 3, I also feel like this person is like, maybe you guys talked about like being scared during a storm, or this person mentioned about being scared during a storm. But it's like, okay, if it's like storming and you're scared, why don't you just come over here, or I'll go over there and I'll take care of you, 10 of Pentacles, and make it really comfortable for you, Ace of Pentacles, and we could have like a cuddle night. But storms oftentimes like appear out of nowhere, right? So it's like something appearing out of nowhere that like causes a little bit of chaos. And maybe you guys have been like that before in relationships, where it's something that comes out of nowhere when it starts chaos and things like that. But maybe you're just not in that mindset anymore of like starting things in chaos, and you're wanting to see like more of a plan, which is cool. We have here Venus Chiron. Okay, I'm going to take a drink of water real quick. And I kind of feel like you guys are the prize. You guys are like the Venus prize here. But I also feel like this person may be, one of their secret thoughts may be that you'll reject them, or because they're like receive and offer and open. So they're trying to like reach to you, or they're trying to get on your page. But I also secretly think that this person has secret thoughts that maybe you will reject them, or that you will. And here's the thing, pile number 3, I feel like you guys have dealt with rejection in your own life. So if you weren't into someone, I don't feel that you would lead them on, okay? 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. But I also feel like this person is like, you know, if I come on too strong, King of Wands, you know, pile number 3 might reject me. So I need to be kind of careful about how I do this, and I need to be careful about, you know, how I go about things. And yeah, so I do think that this person is aware of that. And sometimes Venus Chiron, it can talk about like wounds in love, or wounds in self-worth, and all of that. And this is coming up with, you should be so proud of how proud of you. You should be so proud of how far you fucking come. And that's because I feel those of you in pile number 3, like you really have gained a strong sense of self-worth, and you really are like much more meticulous, I feel, about how you go about things and how you get involved, okay? But I do feel like this person knows this about you. They know like that you like a planned date. They know that, and I also feel they don't want to interrupt you too. Like they could feel that time is slipping away. And if they don't get something on the calendar with you, or they don't get you to kind of agree to something, that their opportunity is going to pass them by and they're not going to get an opportunity to kind of ask you out, or, right? Because we have this time is slipping, now or never. So I do feel like their secret thought is like, if I reached out like right now, unexpectedly, like out of the blue, or just without having planned anything, like if I just were to surprise show up, or surprise reach out, like would you reject me, or would you like be open to that? Okay. And I mean, here's the thing. I feel like if there is commitment, you guys are open to, you know, like having someone show up or seeing someone like last minute and things like that. Like, but if there's not commitment, I don't feel like you guys are open to that. Do you know what I'm saying, pile number 3? And this person is kind of running through their head on all of this, because I do think they already know this about you, or they've already seen this, and perhaps they are a little afraid that if they don't, you know, if they don't do things right, like you will reject them. Also, I feel that this person thinks, with the High Priestess under this King of Wands, I feel like they think that you're the calm in the storm, or that you're a very, like, you know, very loyal, caring, like that you represent kind of the calm in the storm, and that you may be exactly kind of what they need, right? And that you may have some of these qualities that this person feels like they're lacking, okay? Or they feel like they need to be better at. So that's interesting too, pile number 3, that they see you, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, as the calm in the storm, all right? And like that you're the one that kind of holds everything together. And I also feel like this person really wants to take their time as well, with this stopwatch right here. And then there's all this fruit on top of her, and she's just kind of laying there. I kind of feel like this person's like, I want to take my time, and I really want to like finesse the situation. Like I really want to finesse you, and I really want to take my time and cuddle you, massage you, like all these types of things. This person is wondering, their secret thought is like, if I were to randomly reach out, would you be open to that? Would you accept that? Okay. We have the Outlaw. That's so funny, because this came up. This came up in the reading I did yesterday. And, you know, what's so funny is I feel that there is like this kind of rebel energy within you that is very different and unique. And I feel like this person sees this about you. Perhaps you dress different. Perhaps you're very independent. Perhaps you have like a really cool, like, you know, kind of different style about you. But I kind of feel like you guys dress differently, or you do things like, you do things differently, and it's very intriguing to this person. I mean, what's fascinating about you, pile number 3, is I think you are very like different, or there's a thing about you that's very rebellious or out of the box. But when it comes to getting to know someone, there is a benefit to doing things slowly and with intention. Planning, Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, right? Cuddling instead of like going crazy with it like right away. And perhaps, you know, because you are different, or you look different, or you have a different style, you haven't always been accepted for maybe the way you look, or there's something different about you in the way that you look. But there's also something very intriguing about you. And I feel like maybe you are like a little bit out of the box for this person, or you're something different, like style wise, or the way that you look, like, you know, you're not the normal like person that they maybe would normally go for, but something about you is just really magnetically pulling them in. I feel like with this storm card, it's very unexpected. It's like I wasn't expecting to kind of like do this, but I kind of want to. It's very unexpected, but I want to reach out to pile number 3, okay? And there is something about your style or the way that you look that this person finds, and maybe some of your interests or hobbies or things that you're into are very different with the High Priestess here. Perhaps some of you are very like spiritual. I mean, you two are very different with this King of Wands and High Priestess. And I feel like with the Devil underneath here, that you guys are maybe just worried that this person is just trying to hit it, or maybe they're just into a sexual part of it and you're trying not to, you're trying to take your time and not fall prey to your like lower urges, pile number 3. And I think this is where you should be proud of how far you've come along, because perhaps you've struggled with like rushing in relationships or jumping in too quickly or letting things get really physical really fast, which I mean, whatever, however you want to do things is fine with me, pile number 3. But the cards here are basically saying that this person feels that they need to reach out or make a plan or do something quick here. Otherwise, you know, you may move on or just lose interest or not be into them. But I do feel like this person's very confident about their, you know, opportunity with you, and they think that you're a very solid person, and also probably that you're a very top-notch cuddler, or that you would be really nice to cuddle with, okay? And so that's interesting. I mean, they're going after you because you're not like because you're something different and you're something unique and you're something very unexpected in their life with this storm energy right here, okay? So let's see what we've got for the tarot. We've got the 8 of Cups. We've got the Hierophant, okay? We've got the 9 of Cups, okay? And we've got the Empress. Wow, pile number 3. This is you. You should be so proud of yourself and how far you've come as the beautiful person that you are. And maybe it's taken a long time to find self-acceptance. Maybe it's taken a long time to feel good about yourself. But at this time, it's like, you guys, I do feel like this person's like wanting to show you a good time, or wanting to make you laugh, or wanting to like pamper you or show you a good time, okay? And I feel like what they're saying here with this 8 of Cups and Hierophant is like, don't run away before I've even had an opportunity to kind of show you like what I'm all about. And like, don't, you know, but at the same time, I feel like you guys are looking for something very solid and committed at this time. And if this situation isn't it, then you'll just kind of like, you know, quietly move on, even if you are disappointed by it. And I kind of feel like this person is like, yes, I'm trying to get to know you and I want to talk to you and I want us to spend more time together. I feel like this person is saying, I would like to spend more time with you. But if that's not what you want, let me down slowly or let me down gently. And I may pout about it, but I will be on my way, okay? And I promise, this person is saying like, I promise if you, you know, if you give me a chance, I promise like we could have a really good time together, or I could show you a really good time, is what I am getting here. Pile number 3. The thing is I feel you guys you're not just looking for a good time. You're looking for something on a deeper level, okay? And I mean, first we have to have just simple good times with people as we're getting to know them, right? I just feel you guys don't want to run into any pigs or any, you know, losers or I get it. I get it. And yeah, so I totally get it. But overall, I think that this could be a very positive experience for you. Pile number 3 with the 9 of Cups and the Empress. And because I think you are at a place in your life where you can, like, you're at a place now where you know your value, your worth, you're ready to really get to know someone, I feel, okay? But at the same time, like, you are looking, you know, the Hierophant is all about planning and commitment and having a solid schedule and doing things the right way, okay? And if that doesn't happen, then it's see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. 8 of Cups, okay? If that doesn't happen. And I do feel like this person's a teeny bit afraid of rejection, possibly with this Venus Chiron. But at the same time, I feel like they want to talk to you or get to know you more than they care about the rejection. Is kind of what I'm feeling, okay? So I do feel like expect to hear from this person, pile number 3. You may hear from them unexpectedly and they know they need to strike while the iron is hot and make that plan, or they're going to lose out, okay? So let's go ahead and get you some initials, pile number 3. Let's get some initials here for my pile number 3s. Okay. Some initials for my pile number 3s. Let's see. We want you to be lucky in love, don't we, pile number 3? We have the O and the I, okay? We have the U, I owe you. Wow. I owe you. That's so interesting. So this person's like, I owe you a date, or I owe you, like, you know, I owe you. Interesting. Pile number 3, right out the gate. I owe you. What do they owe you? A plan, a good time, spending time together, okay? If a plan was made but it was lost unexpectedly, I do feel like this person's saying, hey, I owe you. I'm wanting to, like, schedule again, this type of thing. We've got a D here. Oh, DUI. I hope someone didn't get a DUI. All right. I hope not, pile number 3, but let's see what else we have. And we have an M here. I'm mom with the Empress. I'm mom, okay? That's so funny because, like, mom came through in pile number 1 as well. So perhaps you guys are mothers, or you want to be a mother, or your own mother is coming through in this reading, okay? And that's interesting. We have K, okay? Kid, mom and kid, and DUI. What's going on with the DUI? I hope nobody had any of that, but we have a mom and a kid here, okay? And maybe that's why schedule needs to be, like, more planning and more thought has to go into things, particularly for people that have kids or, you know, need to really take care of things. Like, yeah, it definitely is going to take a little bit of planning. Okay, no one can dim your light anymore, pile number 3. And yeah, let's see what else we have here. Kid Cudi is also, I think we're missing, yeah, Kid Cudi. For those of you that like Kid Cudi as, like, an artist, I don't know why I feel like I'm seeing that right now, but I am. And let's see, we have the letter L here. Okay, Loki, the name Loki. Maybe somebody has a pet named Loki or likes the name Loki, but I do see Loki, Loki. And uncle, I feel like could also be here, or ukulele. Um, Mom and uncle, something about that. And okay, the word kill, Kill. You killed it is what I feel like, or like in a good way, pile number 3, not in a bad way. Okay, the name Molly, Molli, Molly is here. Maybe somebody, maybe somebody was planning on doing Molly or something, but anyway, if we have an A, we'd have Kali, and I love to see it. If we get an A for Kali, that would be amazing. Here is an S, okay? Diss. You dissed. Maybe you dissed this person, or you told them, no, I don't think so, or I don't have time, or whatever. But this person is like, I'm still going to try. Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. Dull. Dull. Okay. Somebody dulls your light, or somebody is acting very dull. I feel like this person's like, you know, this isn't going to be a dull time. We're going to, you know, wow, kills, Kills, kills the mood. Okay. You kill the mood, or somebody killed the mood. And, you know, something unexpected happened. Somebody killed the mood. Who killed the mood here? Or what was the mood killer that happened? All right. And, interesting. Something kills the mood. Well, certainly, like, you know, not feeling rejected, or feeling like somebody's not enough. That could certainly kill the mood. But anyway, maybe sometimes, okay, for those of you that are mothers, maybe sometimes you feel like telling someone that you're a mom, or that your kids are important to you, or that you want to be in a committed relationship, like kills the mood. Because I'm seeing something about that. Also, somebody could have told somebody about their DUI, which also kills the mood on a different level too. But it's like, okay, somebody said killed the mood. And maybe it killed your mood, pile number 3, and you're like, I don't know. And you're feeling a little like, I'm not sure, or I don't know what I really think. I'm not really like, I don't know. But I do feel like this person wants to talk to you, make you an offer, and they feel like if they don't do it soon, you know, the opportunity is going to slip through their fingers. So it's like, okay, they need to jump on that. Okay, Oklahoma. Okay, and MI, Michigan is also what I'm seeing here. IL, Illinois. All right, and let's see. Soil or soiled, and also we're missing the E, but the name Mike could be here. Somebody has the name Mike. Maybe somebody here has an uncle named Mike. But anyway, that's interesting. I killed the mood because I was acting dull, or I was acting very dull, or acting like I didn't want something. Okay. If that's the case, this person's coming around as the King of Wands, and they want you to know that they're into it. But how do you guys feel? Pile number 3. Did somebody kill the mood with you? Venus Chiron can definitely be, you know, could maybe be a mood killer, but sometimes people feel like, I mean, yeah, pumped. I'm pumped, right? I'm pumped up. What's so interesting, it's like I killed the mood, but I'm also pumped up. PIMP is also here too. And we also have slip, or I slipped up. Okay, I was pumped up, but then I said something and I killed the mood and I slipped up. So, you know, something unexpected happening here, and it's like, ooh, you know, 8 of Cups, maybe somebody feeling a little embarrassed, or something about something that they said, okay? that is interesting. And mops. And let's see. We have an X. Wow. Pile number 3. Okay, maybe some of you, I don't want to jinx anything here, but perhaps there is an ex that you guys rejected and kicked out of your life that, you know, whatever. And now this person is like, hey, I'm trying to reach out, or I'm trying to say something, or I wonder if I asked you out, would you be into it? Okay. So I am seeing something, an X is coming through here as well. But your guys are like, the X was a dud, Natalie. And I'm like, yep, I can see that. I can see that. And talking about X's definitely kills the mood. If we're looking at mood killers over here. But yeah, ooh, cuddles. Wow, you guys, cuddles. And then we have cuddle movie night. So this person has having secret thoughts about cuddles and movie nights with you. Also, cupcake, I feel like, is here too. Like, I'm a cupcake, or I make cupcakes. Maybe somebody here, 9 of Cups, the Empress is involved. And maybe you guys, somebody could have a business that is, you know, baking or hosting events for people, or making events fun for people, or maybe that's just how you are. Yeah, this person was a knucklehead, I feel like, or they did something wrong here, or they messed up the mood. So anyway, cussing. Okay, maybe somebody was cussing and they didn't like that. And yeah, we have duck or ducks, D-U-C-K-S. We also have D-I-C-K-S. Oh boy. Yeah, you guys are done with the D-I-C-K-S. I'll tell you that much. And yeah, pickles are here too. Maybe somebody here like really craved pickles when they were pregnant, or they just like pickles in general, or pickles reminds them of the D-I-C. Anyway, I don't want to go there. Pile number 3, I do not want to go there. And because I got class, okay? C-L-A-S-S, class. Dill pickles are here. Maybe somebody's really into some dill pickles. And picked up or pick you up. I'm going to pick you up. Okay, maybe this person liked lifting you up or picking you up, cuddling with you, that type of thing. And I think I'm actually, that's a lot of letters. I think I'm actually going to leave it there. And somebody could have had their hair slicked back or held up, or slicked back but up is also what I'm seeing here. And yeah, anyway, that is a lot of, like, we have the word simp, S-I-M-P, or simping over someone. We also, Lord, what is going on? Pile number 3, okay? Yeah, like simping over people kind of like kills the mood. And yeah, I feel like that's not something that you guys are really doing at this point. Pile number 3, like, you're good. You're being you and holding strong and true to who you are and what you're doing. But maybe this person was, we have suck or sucks here. We also have lick and sucks. But anyway, pile number 3, I am going to go ahead and leave it there, pile number 3. And if this reading resonated for you, do leave me a comment in the description box below, and I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback. Thank you so much, pile number 3, and take care, my loves.